To the graduating band class of 2022. Congratulations. That was really awesome of you when you graduated. Great, awesome stuff. Good job. The best part was when none of your parents talked about it. Social media was not really a thing back when I graduated, but I can assure you that the only thing my parents would have said about me walking across the stage is that I better not be late for my first shift at Marshall's the next morning. Yes, seriously, that was my first job. Don't ever work retail ever. I want to give you all major props for being the first graduating class in 2 years to do it in air conditioning. The class of 2020 had to get their diplomas at a Jack in the Box drive-thru. The class of 2021 had to get their diplomas outside in 105-degree heat, like they just got dropped off at Coachella. Band class of 2022, your time playing your instrument was a truly unique one, or a weird one, or a stupid one, or however you want to look at it. Your first 2 years in band were wide-eyed and full of optimism. You were ready to be an upperclassman, a leader on the practice pad, a veteran who was to be feared by the underclassmen because someone in your section started a rumor about you gluing a trombone slide shut. I will not confirm or deny that that actually happened. Then, yeah, all that stuff. 2020 was taken away from about half of you. Bitterness, rejection, frustration, uncertainty, insert virus buzzword here. That sucked. I get it. A lot of your playing was done in front of a screen and not in person. Nobody wanted that, not even me. Then 2021, rebirth, renewal, learning how to talk to people in person again. You're the first band class out of the pandemic. I bet it felt really awesome to go to contests and football games and see full crowds again. In a way, your band class was a very silly lab experiment. Hey, let's lock these band nerds up in a room for an entire year with no human connection. Then let's let them out and make them run around the field because state is in 2 weeks and it's 2 weeks long and oh my goodness, what a marathon. Your band class is at a major crossroads in the performing arts. In case you have not noticed, every single band director at every single program in the United States has either retired or left to make way more cash doing something else. And no, it is not your fault. Unless you did something wrong, in which case it's totally your fault. The challenges of teaching, along with the fact that many districts pay their teachers in graham crackers, has led to a wave of band directors leaving the profession. What does this mean for all of you attempting to enter the wonderful world of band directing? Well, I can imagine that by the time you finish racking up all that student loan debt, that there will be some positions at major programs available. At this point, I can probably put in an application with 0 teaching experience and at least get a second interview. As you go into the college super fun time, there will be a lot of pressure on you to figure out what you want to do as soon as possible. Anyone who tells you that needs to be escorted to the garbage. Look at the adults. They are attempting to change their lives for the better, and you are absolutely allowed to do the same. And you can do that as many times as you need to in order to get what you want out of life. But please realize this. Everything you do from now on, professionally or personally, is a risk. Nowadays, there is no such thing as a safe path. So get after it and please take your chances. I moved back to San Antonio in 2018, right before you started high school, after a not so great 2.5 years in the Dallas area. I was at my parents' house one morning eating breakfast. I don't remember what prompted my mother to say this to me. I don't know if I had a weird look on my face or if I was giving off warning signals to her, but we sat in silence and she said this to me. Daniel, you cannot give up. I didn't respond. She didn't say anything either, but she was right because I was close to giving up. Imagine trying to navigate a world where you feel like nothing you do is going to help. Trust me, I've been there. The world seems way scarier than it was 4 years ago, right? Bad vibes, as your generation would call it. Does it feel like you have to struggle for everything? Does it feel unfair? Yes, yes, and more yes. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that life is unfair and that you have to find a way around it. I hate when people say that because it doesn't help the situation whatsoever. I will tell you this. If there is something you truly, truly believe in, you owe it to yourself to go full force. You must go all out, even if the odds are stacked against you and you feel like there is nothing you can do to remedy the situation. You cannot throw your hands up and tap out, because the second you do that, you lose. And it sets up a negative precedent for the next time you have to face a challenging situation. You also need to make sure that you surround yourself with people who will not let you give up either. Nobody does it alone. I want to close on a personal note, a more personal note. I am in debt to the senior band class of 2022. You were the first class to really help take this nerdy Dan podcast to a different level. Your continued support, even through a crippling pandemic, has done so much for this silly little show. I've said this before, but in case you haven't heard it, there was a time when I would record whole episodes and then delete them because I didn't think anyone would listen or care. I didn't value what I had to say. But the senior band class of 2022, you guys helped give my thoughts value. The effect you have on other people is one of the greatest tools you possess. The effect you have had on me the last 4 years is something I will cherish forever. I hope that this sign of gratitude shows you that you can make a profound difference in someone's life, even for a brief moment. So, senior band class, thank you so much for everything you've done, and congratulations to you. Signed, Daniel Danpod Valdez. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.